that of the media owning business, and that is a weak justification. This raises transparency and disclosure issues. All internet-based businesses, it seems to me, face the question whether they have a basic obligation to give customers a complete understanding of how private information is being used and allow them to decide whether that's okay. I think that obligation is especially acute with news organizations because journalists are supposed to have special sensitivity to the value of information and the importance of using it ethically. The second question, equally perplexing, is whether surveillance-based advertising leads to new incentives to put a monetary value on particular news content. It seems inevitable that some articles will have a greater ability to draw readers, to attract the readers that specific advertisers want to reach. In that sense, these articles will be more valuable. Once the ability to monetize content by putting a specific price tag on specific articles is applied to newsroom decisions, we are introducing a precision of commercial corruption that is a quantum leap more sophisticated than what we have today. I first started fretting about this a couple of years ago. You understand that what it means is that I, as an editor, will know that if I assign a story to this reporter on a particular topic, the likelihood is that this story will specifically bring in a certain amount of advertising dollars. That article will. I will therefore be able to put a profit and loss statement on different areas of coverage. I will know that covering this topic, this range of topics will bring in this much money because I certainly know what my costs are. I know how much time the reporter is going to require to do the story, and I know how much I'm paying him in salary. You can do a profit and loss statement on a per story basis and use that. You will be held to those numbers by your bosses in determining how you deploy newsroom resources. Now, last month I read this in an article in Businessweek magazine about AOL. AOL is the former America Online, which is bulking up its news operations. Quote, tacked to the newsroom walls in AOL's downtown Manhattan headquarters are pages and pages of web traffic data. The numbers tell the growing number of journalists who work there how well their articles are performing. And thanks to the ads that appear alongside them, who is paying the bills? Unquote. So obviously the temptation will be huge to favor coverage that has a proven ability to draw desirable audiences and please willing advertisers. We're just about at a time when coverage choices will be made with profit and loss statements in hand. How much the story will bring in versus how much the story will cost, those numbers will be knowable. Again, this represents the adoption of an internet-based business model which is seen as normatively acceptable and receives very little scrutiny as to its harms. A journalism that is deliberately used to nurture and harvest demographically desirable markets on behalf of advertisers. That to me is the latest frontier of corruption and the one that we must be most vigilant about fighting. So if there's a bottom line, an irreducible bottom to the speculation, it's that you, the organizations that you serve, have an overriding obligation to do right by your viewers, your readers, those you communicate with and who rely on you. They trust you. That means more than relying on you for accuracy. It means they trust you to tell them what they need to know, even if they'll hate you for it, because it's your job, your responsibility, your duty. Thank you.